To the session today. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
I hope you all can hear me clearly and see my screen as well. Right? Good morning. Right. So let us start the demo session, everyone. So if you guys remember, this is going to be our third demo session. Just let me gonna just tell you for those people who have missed the demo session 1 and 2. So demo 1, and we have completed the demo 2. Okay, so in this demo session, we have seen about what is data engineering, what is GCP, what is Google Cloud Platform, the detailed course curriculum. We have seen the detailed course curriculum and the course details. So these things that we have seen on the demo session 1, on the demo 1. In the yesterday's demo session, we have seen about what is Google Cloud Platform. One more time, I have told you Google Cloud Platform. The major important thing that we have seen is GCP interfaces. Can you guys tell me how many GCP interfaces are there? Anyone? And how many GCP interfaces are there? So there are totally four GCP mainly four GCP interface methods are there. Can you guys tell me one by one? What is the first one, second one, third one, and fourth one? This is going to be the interactive session, guys. I want you guys to be unmute yourself and talk. Tell me, guys, what are those?
Cloud Console,
Mm-hmm.
Cloud Shell,
Okay. Yes. So one is
third,
console, the cloud shell, the cloud SDK, and APIs and third-party tools. I hope you guys have a good understanding of what are these and how to interact with them as well. So that's something that we have seen. For those people who have missed these two things, right? So please connect with the admins. They will give you the recordings, guys. For these two things, if you have missed it, so try to watch the recording. That's what I want you guys to tell you. Try to watch the recording for this one as well as for this one. Try to watch the recording. Try to get the admin and connect with them and get the recording. So today we are going to have the demo 3. This is our final demo. This is going to be the final demo, guys. Demo 3 is the final demo, final one. So in this one, I am going to tell you console walkthrough. Everything, the basic things that everyone must understand about the GCP is that the console walkthrough. What are these different options on the Google Cloud Platform? What is this project? What is this billing? And what is this different features that everyone must know? So this is going to be the console walkthrough. In this one, I am going to tell you what is project. That's important. And what is billing, or how to manage billing, and what is API. Okay, so these things we are going to see. Okay, so this is going to be the final demo session, guys. In this final demo session, we are going to talk about these things. Console walk. Right, so once after this demo session, everyone must complete the enrollments, because from Monday onwards, from next Monday onwards, regular session. So the regular sessions are starting from Monday. So you are going to have the regular sessions starting from Monday, the next Monday. So what is the date, sir? If you ask me, the date will be 6th July. Okay, so we are going to have the regular sessions starting from Monday, everyone. The regular sessions are going to be starting from Monday. So before that, everyone must complete their enrollment. You must complete the enrollment. Complete the enrollment. Right? So complete the enrollment, meaning that payment you have to complete. Once the payment is completed, get access to the recordings, get access to the new Zoom. New Zoom will be there. So new Zoom link, you have to get the access to the new Zoom link, get access to the material. So these three things you have to do. Okay. So these three things you have to do it, guys. Okay. Complete payment, get access to the recordings, get access to the material, get access to the Zoom link. So this is something that you have to do it, guys. So this is, I want you guys to look at this thing and try to complete as soon as possible. So this is something that, so for those people who are enrolling for the course, for them only you will be able to join the sessions. Otherwise, you will not be able to join the sessions, because whatever we are having, these are demo sessions. The demo sessions are getting completed from today. So there are no demo sessions from Monday onwards. The sessions will be regular. So this is what I want you guys to understand. Okay. I hope that is clear. I will tell you again later. For now, we will start about the console walkthrough. So let me gonna go to the Google Cloud Platform. Let us go to the Google Cloud Platform. So to go to the Google Cloud Platform, we have to enter console.cloud.google.com. Console.cloud.google.com. So this is nothing but our Google Cloud Console homepage. So just click on enter console.cloud.google.com. The moment you click on enter, usually it will ask for you to enter your credentials or create your account. It will ask for you to set up your account, but now I am going to tell you the account creation in the next session. On Monday session, I am going to tell you how to set up the account. So after setting up the account, you can able to explore all of these options, but for now I am going to talk about what is project and all of those details even before that. So setting up the account is the next class we are going to talk about. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you the next class how to set up the account, how to access all of these resources. I'm going to tell you. For now, once you set up the account, this is how it looks like. Think that, sir, once you set up your account, this is how it looks like. What you have to do is that, sir, you see the different options over here. The very first option I told you, this is nothing but the left navigation menu. So in this left navigation menu, you can just click on this cloud overview. You should be able to see all the resources that you have created. What is your project? What is your project name? The project number, project ID. Sir, what is this project? All of these things we are going to understand. If you are using any of the resources in the BigQuery, you created some resources. In the Cloud SQL, you created some resources. You should be able to see it here. And how to manage this entire dashboard, you see some kind of a billing things are also there. Okay, so all of these options. Today we are going to understand each and every option now. So this is our left navigation menu. This is our project area. I have told you yesterday also. This is nothing but your search box for searching any kind of a services. This is your cloud assist, nothing but your Gemini. And this is your activate cloud shell button. So if you guys wanted to interact with the cloud shell, you have the activate cloud shell button, and here you have a notifications channel also. All of these things are there. The very first thing, if one wanted to create any resources, the very first thing, if one wanted to create any resources, they must have this thing. Look at this thing. This picture will give you the good understanding of what we are going to do as a data engineer. Okay, if you guys look at it clearly, the very first thing is that we must create a free trial account. That I will tell you in the next session. The next thing is that once your account is ready, you have to set up the project. Then you have to enable the billing or manage the billing. Then enable the APIs. And then there are three interface methods are mainly console, cloud shell, and cloud SDK. You are going to use them and to do your data engineering activities. Now, sir, what is this project? Assume that the account is created, sir. What is this project? We will talk about it. So to understand the project, what is Google Cloud Platform project? What is GCP project? What is, can anyone tell me what is this project, sir? Anyone? Can anyone guess it? What is this project? Okay, all the resources it will be holding. That's a good answer. Okay, let me gonna tell you guys. So a project is nothing but a resource container. Sir, what is a project? If you ask me, a project is nothing but a resource container. A Google Cloud Platform, a project is nothing but a resource container, guys. So it will contain all the resources. Once you are having a proper requirement in the company, so when you are working in the company, you will get some requirement. For the requirement, you may have to store the data, you may have to process the data, you may have to analyze the data. For doing those things, you need to create the resources, right, sir? You need to create the resources. So if you guys wanted to create any resources, if one wanted to create any resources, right, sir, create any resources or manage any resources, for example, manage any resources, we must have a project. The project is must. So that should be done only inside a project only. We should do it inside a project only. Okay, sir, a project is a resource container. Like for example, one can able to create any kind of a resources in the GCP, such as buckets or data set or clusters or environments or instances. So these are all called as a resources. So you create buckets in the Google Cloud Storage, you create data set and tables in the BigQuery, you create clusters in the Dataproc, you create instances in the Cloud SQL or the environment, nothing but Airflow. So you are going to, according to your project requirement, you may as a data engineer wanted to store some data, process some data, analyze some data. For those requirements, you are going to create some different resources, right, sir? You are going to create some different resources. Those resources, if you wanted to create it, you must have a project. You must select a project or create a project. Without the project, you cannot do anything. If you guys wanted to create any resources or manage any resources, project is important. Project selection is important. So without that, you cannot do anything. So this is one thing that you have to understand. So once that means you have to go here. You have to go here, click on this thing. Either you select the existing project or you create a new project. Either you select the existing project or you create a new project. But sir, how to create a new project? You click on this thing. So maybe I'm going to click on no organization. So if you wanted to create a new project, you see, you click on this new project option. So when you click on new project option, you see it is asking the project name, it is asking the organization name, it is asking project ID also. You can click on edit here, project ID. Whenever you guys wanted to create a project, whenever you guys wanted to create a project, there are three things are there. Whenever you guys wanted to create a project, there are three things are there. That is, I'm going to tell you now. One is project ID, project name, project name, project ID, project number. So if one wanted to create any project, they should be having these three variables set up. So if one wanted to create any project, we should be having these three. So project name, project ID, project number. If one wanted to create a project, sir, if I wanted to create a project, these three variables must be set. So what is project name? Whose choice it is? Sir, whose choice? Who will create this thing? Or can we change it or not later? Mutability. Mutable or not. So project name is a user choice, guys. The project's name, sir, how do I put a project name? So project name can be according to your project. For example, if you are working for Infosys company or Accenture company, you say Accenture development project, something like that. You can give name according to your project name, according to your project requirement. You can give some name, a suitable name, right? And this can also be changed later. We can change it. So mutable meaning that we can change it. Mutable meaning that ability to change. We can change it later also. Project ID is also a user choice. User can able to provide the project ID also, but mutability meaning that you cannot change it later, right, sir? Here you cannot change it later. Mutability nothing but here ability to change, but project ID you cannot change it. Project name is a user choice. You can change it later. Project ID is also a user choice, but you cannot change it later. And project number is a Google choice. We cannot provide the choice. It is not our choice. We cannot provide the Google project number, and it cannot be changed later also. No. So this is something that you can see. So who is creating what? So if you look at it here, it is a user choice, can be changed later also. Project ID can be a user choice, but cannot be changed later. We cannot change it later. And it is a Google choice, and project number is Google choice, and we cannot change it later. So these are the three things. Every project will have these three parameters. Every project will have these three parameters. Out of these three, the unique parameter throughout the world is this one, sir. Globally, project number is unique, and it is auto assigned by the Google itself. It is auto assigned by the Google. Now, if you guys look at it here, so what we have done, we click on the project picker or project area, you click on the new project. You click on the new project. So the moment you click on the new project, you see it is asking the project name. Sir, I'm going to give project name that is morning batch GCP. So some name I'm giving morning batch GCP. And the project number I can give, sir, morning, some name I'm giving, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. batch. So some name I can give. So this is a project name and project ID. So project name is a user choice, project ID is also user choice. Now, once you select it, sir, when you are working in the company, the company name you have to select. Organization, nothing but that company name. If I'm working for Accenture, I should select Accenture here as my organization. Automatically, Accenture will reflect here, meaning that your Accenture company is managing this particular project. That's how it works. And then, right, so once that is also selected, you can click on create. You can click on create. So that you see the project is getting created, and the notification is saying that the project is getting created. Right, so once the project is created, you can go here. You should be able to see that particular project which you have created. See, this is the project that we have just created. You can select this project. See, the project is selected now. The project is selected. Okay, so whenever you are working in the company for any requirement, if you wanted to create any resources, project creation and selection is important. Without the project, we cannot do anything. Without the project, we cannot do anything. We must create the project. To create the project, you should provide these things. So now if you guys look at it here, so there is a project name. The project name is morning batch GCP. Here is the project ID. The project number is auto assigned. You see the auto assigned number is this one. The project number is auto assigned. You can see this one here. It is an auto assigned number. So that's how one can able to create a project and set up the project. Sir, what is the advantage? Sir, what is the advantage? Sir, advantage is that if you guys, once you create the project, you can able to create any resources. Now that the project is created, so you need to create any resources. You can able to create. If you wanted to, create any resources, you can create it. But before the project resources creation, you must enable the billing. Billing must be enabled. Our billing must be controlled. We can say billing account. Billing account. So once the project is created, all the cost is associated at a project level only. All the cost will be associated at a project level, meaning that so you must enable the billing management. We call it as billing management. What is this one? You can enable the billing or you can disable the billing. Okay, you can disable the billing. You can also see the billing. You can also see the billing forecast. Okay, last you if you guys wanted to see, hey, how much I have spent on the last month for these resources. So billing, all the billing is managed at a project level only. For example, sir, if I wanted to see it, I can click on this thing, right? So I'll go to the previous project so that you can understand it. So this is my previous project. So if you guys wanted to go to the billing, just click on this thing. Just click on this thing and you see an option billing. Just click on this billing. So the moment you go to the billing, you will understand how much amount of money that I am spending on my resources. So when I create some resources, they are utilized for storing, processing, and analyzing. How much amount of money that we are spending. If you guys wanted to understand the total cost associated for your project, if you wanted to understand, you can come to the billing section. So once you come to the billing section, see, we are in a free trial only. You can come here and you see, I have this much amount of money left to my free credit, and you can go to the reports. Click on this reports. Once you click on the reports, you should be able to see here. Okay, I can click on this thing. Right, you guys can see here. See, for Cloud Composer, I spent almost 1800 rupees, 1829. Okay, for notebooks, this much amount of money. For Cloud SQL, this much amount of money. For Compute Engine, this month. So you will be able to see the month wise. You can also apply the filters over here. Sir, I wanted to apply the filters also. So last 30 days. I can click on apply so that you should be able to see the changes over here. Okay, so you should be able to see the changes. See? Right. So Cloud Composer, this much amount of money, 14,000 rupees and 500 rupees I have spent on the Cloud Composer only. 1 minute. Is the Cloud Composer environment is still running? 1 minute. Yes. All right. That's seating money. I should not have it. Actually, see, that's the reason we should manage the resources properly. Otherwise, they will be eating up your credit. So that's the reason it is 14,000 rupees. Even though we are in a free trial. So nothing worries about, we are in a free trial, guys. You should be able to see that we already have a free trial money. It will not debit from our account. So you can see the usage. If you wanted to find out, sir, how much amount of money that I'm spending on my resources, even though when you're working in the company also, you can get the billing usage. That entire billing usage will be again at a project level only. That's my point. This is done at a project level only. Okay, sir, if you wanted to do any kind of a billing management, that is should be done at a project level only. You can do the billing forecast. You can understand the billing usage with the help of the filters like last month, last 30 days, last 60 days, how much amount of money, because billing is one of the important aspect for every project. Okay, so either you wanted to enable the billing for the project or disable the billing for the project. For example, how do we do that? Sir, for example, you see this is my billing. Look at here. This is my billing account. Just click on this manage billing accounts. Once you click on manage billing accounts, you will be able to see this is your billing account. And you click on this your projects. When you click on your projects, you should be able to see there are 3 projects are there which are connected to the billing account, which are connected to the my billing account. But sir, I wanted to disable the billing account for this thing. So if you wanted to disable the billing account for this thing, okay, just click on these 3 dots. You see an option here, disable billing. So once the billing is disabled, so not even a single rupee will be debited for that particular project. So that particular resources, the projects in the resources will be auto shut down. Auto shutdown, whenever you enable it, it will be automatically created. But the moment you disable the billing for this particular project, the resources will not work for you. If you just go to this one, for example, this is a project that we have disabled the billing. I'll try to open the project and I will show you a small snippet. So I'll select that project. So this is a project that we have disabled the billing. So if I try to interact with any service, it will say that, hey, you cannot interact with any service. See here. I wanted to create a resource, unable to create a bucket, but because the billing is disabled. Billing is disabled, sir. If a project is disabled with a billing, you cannot create any resources, you cannot manage any resources. So that's the important thing. Even though, sir, I have this thing. Even though, sir, I have a project set up, I set up the project, can I create any resources? No, the answer is no. Even though you have created your account, the project is set up, sir, can I create any resources and manage any resources? The answer is no, because billing must be enabled in your project. Billing must be enabled for your project, otherwise you cannot create any resources. This is the second important aspect I wanted to tell you. Right, sir? So assume that you have created your account, and then once the account is created, I know, sir, what is a project, sir? Project is a resource container. If I wanted to create any resources or manage any resources, I need to create the project. For creating the project, sir, there are three aspects are there. I have already set up those things. Then once the project is set up, sir, can I directly go ahead and interact with the services and create the resources? The answer is no. You cannot directly go ahead and create the resources, because you must manage the billing, you must enable the billing. The billing must be enabled. Billing must be enabled. How to enable the billing and how to disable the billing we are talking about, right? See, for example, the billing is disabled here. If I wanted to enable it, just this click on this thing, you'll see an option called change billing, and select the billing account and click on set account, so that the billing will be enabled now. You see, the billing is enabled again. So billing, enabling, and disabling is your choice, not in the company. There will be a dedicated person will be there who will be doing this activity, but you should have a knowledge how they are doing it, what they are doing it. Okay. So enabling the billing and disabling the billing is your choice. If you wanted to utilize that project, you can use that project. If you wanted to enable the billing in that project, you can enable it so that you can create the resources and manage the resources. And if you don't want it, come here, click on disable billing, disable billing. You can disable the billing also. Sir, I am not using this particular project, sir. I wanted to disable the billing, sir. You can do it. You can do it. So that is possible. Whenever you want it, you can enable it also. So that's how the billing works. So once your account is created, you set up the project, you enable the billing and disable the billing. I was also talking about one more thing, sir, that is nothing but you can track what amount of a usage, that you can track the usage also. We were talking about the usage tracking also, right? Where is that? Yeah, here. So you can create a, you can go to the cost table and you can see the cost summary, how much you have to pay, and for each resources. For example, you see there are multiple things. I can apply, sir, in this particular project, how much amount of a money that I have spent. If you want it, you will be able to get it here. For all the services from the May, June, there should be a filter. Okay, there should be a filter because it is showing 0, because all services. Okay, I think that's not there. Yes. All right. So you can see here, guys. So in this particular project, we have used these many services. Okay. Here it is showing 0. It will show 0 only because we are not paying anything, because this comes under the free account. So you don't pay anything, guys. This will be always 0 because we are using the free trial account. So that's the reason it will be 0. Maybe I'll go to the cost breakdown and you will understand it here. Yes. Say total usage cost 19,000. In my free account, I have spent this much amount of money, and because of the promotional activities, they have given me the free credits. So that's the reason total usage is 0. Total amount that I'm paying is 0 because they are giving me the free credits for usage. And if you wanted to understand the billing in the last month, May or June, May to June, how much amount of money, or for a project wise, sir, I wanted to understand project wise, you can understand. So this is how you can track the billing in this particular project. You see, in this particular project, and from May to June, how much amount of money that we have spent also you can understand. So this is all called as billing management. Not very much important to you, but having a knowledge is a key point, that whenever you are not having this much knowledge, right, so it will be easy for you to work in the company and see how people are working and what they are actually doing. All of these things will be become very easy to do that now. So that comes under the enabling and disabling the billing. And once the project is done, created, and you enable billing, manage billing, And if you guys wanted to assign any kind of a permissions also, IAM permissions, IAM permission to the resources. So the resource usage, if you guys wanted to, sir, for example, in my project, there are 5 people are working. In my project, some 10 people are working. Sir, I wanted to provide the permission to them also, so that they can work in my project. Sir, I am creating this project. It is not that I am only working, right? So there can be 5 people working in my team or 10 people working in my team. Sir, if they wanted to work, sir, how to provide the permission, sir, if you ask me? So that permission also be attached at a project level only. So once you create a project, IAM permissions and IAM resources will be enabled, so that you can decide who can view your resources. You can decide who can create the resources. You can decide who can edit your resources. You can decide who can delete your resources. Okay, that all things must be done with the IAM only. For example, if you go here and click on the IAM, so this is what is the IAM page. So you can decide who can control or who can create your resources, or you can who can view your resources. All of those things you can grant the permission to the individuals, so that they can work comfortably in your project. So that IAM access, IAM resources, IAM permissions will be again done at a project level only. So this permissions, whatever you are assigning, right, these are limited to the project. When you go to another project, the access control is different, the permissions are different. So project to project, the resources are different. Project to project, the permissions are different. Project to project, the billing is different. So all of these things are at a project level. So that's the reason I'm telling you, project level is something, you are going to get the billing management, you are going to get the IAM resources, you are going to manage the resources at a project level only. So that is one more thing. And the third thing is that very, very important thing, this is API enablement, APIs and services. So there a very, very, very important thing is that you must enable these things. You must enable the API. Okay, I'll just say here. This is the final topic, is enable and disable. So if you guys wanted to use any resources, you must enable them. You must enable them. Some of the APIs are by default enabled, but some of the APIs are not directly enabled. So that's something that I wanted to tell you. Meaning that, for example, say, hey, sir, I wanted to work with the cloud storage. Did it ask me any API? No, it will not. It did not ask me to enable the API. So for cloud storage, no need to enable API. Or BigQuery, if you go to the BigQuery, sir, I wanted to work with BigQuery. So even though if you wanted to enable, if you wanted to use the BigQuery also, it did not ask me to enable the API. No, it did not ask me to enable the API. Okay. Similarly, I'll go here. So for cloud storage, you go to the cloud storage. So click on cloud storage. If you wanted to interact with the cloud storage, billing is enabled, sir, but still it did not ask me API, because it will not ask you. For BigQuery also, search for BigQuery, click on the BigQuery. Okay, so you can, sorry guys. So you can see here, for BigQuery also, if you wanted to work with BigQuery, no API asking. But for when you are working with the Cloud Composer, for example, or Airflow, we call it as. When you are working with the Airflow, so you cannot directly use the Airflow, guys, because it is asking you to enable the API. It is asking you to enable the API. Sir, what is this? Enabling the API is nothing but creating the bridge. That's it. It doesn't charge you anything. There is no such thing as billing associated with it and all. So it's a free of cost. You just have to enable it. It is just a user authentication. User must enable it. Users must enable this thing. Okay, so at some services, not all the services, some services, whenever you are interacting with them, it may ask you to enable the API. You just enable it. You just enable it, then you can start utilizing it. You can start utilizing it. Without enabling the API, you cannot interact with it. So that is the reason I told you this option. If one wanted to enable the resources, or if one wanted to use the resources, you must enable the API also. You must enable the API also. Okay, so if you guys wanted to create any resources, you see, it's not straightforward. It is not straightforward. You see, I must have an account, then I must set up a project, and then I have to manage the billing. Then I have to enable the APIs also. Sir, enabling the API is not for all the services, only for few services. Only for few services. Enabling the API is only for few services. Once everything is set up, now you can able to use any of these interface methods such as console, cloud shell, cloud SDK to do your data engineering activities such as ingesting the data, storing the data, processing the data, analyzing this data. So this is important. This flow is telling you what you have to do in the Google Cloud Platform, what you can do in the Google Cloud Platform, and what is important. You must have a project, the very first thing. Sorry, you must have an account, the very first thing. The second thing is that we must select the project or create the project. Then we have to enable the billing. Then we have to enable the API. Enabling the API is not for all the services, it is only for few services. Then using these interface methods which I have told you yesterday, like such as console, cloud shell, cloud SDK, we can able to do all the data engineering activities in the Google Cloud Platform. So this is what is the flow. This is what is a flow. You create your account to do any. Why do we have to create account? Sir, what is the main purpose of all of these things is that this is the main purpose, isn't it? Sir, I wanted to, so my client has given me some 100 GB of the data. They're asking me to store the data in the Google Cloud Platform. Just simple idea. My client has given me some 100 terabytes of the data. So he's asking me to store it and then transform it. So these are the two activities he told me. But he's asking me to do it in the Google Cloud Platform. He's asking me to do it in the Google Cloud Platform. Now tell me, how do we do that? Tell me, how do we do that now, sir? How do we do that? Sir, I do not have any Google Cloud account. If I wanted to store it or if I wanted to transform it, what is important, sir? The very, very first thing, you have to go ahead and set up your Google account. Then, sir, then what is the next thing? You have to create a project. Otherwise, you cannot interact. You cannot store the data. If you wanted to store the data and transform the data, you need to create a resource. To create the resource, you need to have the billing. The third thing. And some services, if you wanted to transform the data using the Airflow, some services needs API enablement. Then once all of these are prerequisite. Without these things, you cannot do anything. Once these things are ready, I'm going to use the interface method. I can use console or I can use cloud shell. Then once these cloud shell and cloud SDK, what I will do, I will create a bucket. Right? So for storing the data, I will create a bucket in the Google Cloud Platform. That is my data engineering activity. I will create an environment for data processing. Then I will store this data and I will transform this data. So this is the flow. This is the flow. Okay, sir, if you guys wanted to do anything, so this flow must be important. Everyone must understand this thing. And in the next session, I am going to tell you how to create this free trial account, how to set up the project, how to enable and disable the billing. So these things you already know. Even if I don't tell you also, you should be able to set up the project. You should be able to enable the billing and manage the billing also, enable the APIs. So in the next session, I will tell you how to create this account. Then you can all do this explore. You can all explore these options or experiment all of these options. Okay, I hope this is clear. Very, very, very basic thing where many people get confused over here, sir. Why do we have to enable the billing, and why the projects are without the project I cannot work or not? So some people will have these kind of an options. So that's the reason yesterday I have told you this thing. Today I have told you this thing. I hope this is clear. If anyone have any questions around these things, please raise your hand. We will talk about the things. We will talk about it. If anyone have any questions around these things. Yes, Arunav, you have any question?
Hello. Hmm.
Yes, Arunav, you have any question?
Okay. Hmm.
Yes. All these things are data engineering activities only. Okay. All these, that's what I'm telling you. All these things is a data engineering activity only. Whatever I have told you guys, just remember whatever I have told you today is the activity of a data engineer only. Sir, it is not data engineer. I will not learn. No, that such thing as that. Everything which I have told you today, like what is project, how to set up a project, what is billing, how to enable the billing, how to track the billing, how to track the usage month wise, how to create these billing, how to export the billing, and how to enable the apis, or why these apis must be enabled, all of these things, console, cloud shell, cloud sdk, everything which I have told you today is a part of the data engineering only. There is no such thing as, sir, I will not work on this area. Okay, everyone must do, and you should have a good knowledge on all of these things. That's what we have learned today. Yes, anyone have any other question? Please raise your hand, guys. Yes, everything, everything, everything. So policies is not that much important, but yes, in the upcoming sessions, you'll get to know. Right. So yes, anyone have any other question? Please raise your hand, guys, if anyone have any questions. Please raise your hand if anyone have any questions. Yes, Gautam, you have any question? Correct. Of course. Looker is there. Yes. Yes. Okay, anyone? Yes. See, this is a very, very basic session, right? So this is a very basic session. I'll tell you anything. I'll tell you anything. You will not be able to understand it today itself. Okay, so let's go to an approach that everyone must understand every topic. Okay, I'll teach in that way. So we are at a very basic stage. Let's not worry about the best practice now. Let's worry about learning. Let's start learning. Okay, so for all of you guys, do not overthink about the advanced topics. We are at a very, very beginning stage. We will learn. I want to teach in such a way that everyone will understand my topic. Everyone should understand my topic. Okay, so moving forward from basic to advanced, all the things which you are expecting in the companies, which you have to work in the companies comfortably, everything will be covered. Don't think like that, sir. Do I wanted to learn the best practice today? No, that's not happening today, because you do not know about anything about the Google Cloud platform. That's what is my expectation. Okay, as we are moving forward in the journey, you will understand every aspect of data engineering, every automation of data engineering, every pipeline creations with the best practices and optimizations. That's how I teach. That's I want you guys to also learn in that way. Okay, yes. Yes, anyone have any other questions, guys? Please raise your hand on this particular thing of what is project, what is enabling billing, and what is this APIs. If you guys have any questions, you can ask. Okay, so Now that you know what is a project and enabling the building, enabling APIs, and once you create a project, these are all the features that you are going to get it, the resource usage and the API enabling, IAM permissions, all of these things. So that's the reason. So what is happening is that once you go to the Google Cloud Platform, if I wanted to enable any API, I see an option here, APIs and services. I can click on it. I can search for service and I can enable it. Whatever you are doing today using the console can also be done from the Cloud Shell as well. Whatever you are doing using the console can also be done from the Cloud Shell as well. Right? So I wanted to create a project at Cloud Shell. Yes, you can do that. I wanted to enable or disable the billing for the project. Yes, you can do that. And that's not important, right? So those things are one-time activities. So no need to go to the Cloud Shell for creating the project. No need to go for Cloud Shell to manage the billing and all of those things, because these are one-time activities. So you don't need to do it. But you can also do it from the Cloud Shell, because console, Cloud Shell, Cloud SDK, these are same. The only difference is that the way that you interact with them, one is via visual interface, the other two are the command line interfaces. So you can also billing enablement, disablement, project enable, disable, all of these things we can also do it from the Cloud Console, Cloud Shell, and Cloud SDK. Okay, so this is something that you can understand it. I hope this is clear today. In the next session, very important topic in the next session I am going to tell you is that how to create the project and how to create the account. That is what is going to be the next topic, sir. If you ask me, the next topic is account creation, free tier account creation, free tier account in GCP. We are going to set up a free tier account in the GCP. So this is important. We are going to work in this area only, right? So this is important. We are going to set up a free tier account in the GCP. This is what is the next topic. But before that, we have successfully completed all the 3 demo sessions, guys. We have successfully completed all the 3 demo sessions, 1, 2, 3. If you have missed any sessions, you can get the recording from the admin. And once you have watched all the recordings, if you guys wanted to continue further for the regular sessions, I suggest you to complete the enrollment. Otherwise, you cannot attend the next session. So that's going to be this session. So this is going to be the 4th regular session. So the 4th session, nothing but 1, 2, 3 completed. 4th session. This is not, again, I will not cover all of these things. In the 4th session, we are going to see how to create a free tier account in the Google Cloud Platform. Very important. And before that, I want everyone to complete your enrollments, get access to the recordings, get access to the Zoom link, get access to the material. Make sure that you have all of these things, because once you pay the thing, sir, I did not get access to this thing, I did not get an access to, you make sure that once you are completing the payment, you make sure that you get an access to all of these things from your admins. I want you guys to make sure this one. Okay. Yes. Anyone have any questions so far? Anyone have any questions, guys? If you guys have any questions on any of the topic that we have covered today, or any of the questions on the overall course wise, you can ask me. I'm available here for next to 5 minutes. So I see a question in the chat box. Huh? As a fresher BE student, is it mandatory to do that? No, it's not mandatory to complete your master's or MBA. That's not mandatory. Okay, so that is not important. That is not mandatory. If you wanted to go for a job, you can directly go for a job. And sir, free account is asking for 3,000 per payment. I'll tell you guys. Okay, I will tell you how to create a free tier account in the next session, because some people face some challenges during the creation. The next entire session, I want you guys to be coming up with the I'll give you the time for you to create the account also. In that session, we are going to see some account creations, and if someone is facing the issues also, we will fix it. Okay, in the session itself. Yeah. And does anyone have any other questions? I do not see any questions, guys. Anyone? If anyone have any questions, you can please raise your hand. We can talk about it. Who is that? Okay, sir, this is it for today. If you do not have any questions, we will wind up the session here for today. I see a question in the chat box. Sir, I have 2 years of data analyst experience, 1 year. No, it will be 3 years of experience. Okay, it will be total years of experience. Okay, don't worry about that, because once you have a full total years of experience, they will consider you total years of experience. You don't say it, sir. I have 2 years, this one, 2 years, that one. We say 3 years as a data engineer. That's how you go for an interview. That's how you manage it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is it for today, guys. I hope you guys have a good understanding of the course, and you have got some knowledge on the course. Yes. Who is that? Yes, Pravat. You mean to say the software developer in which one is? That's fine. That's fine. The roles are not going to be reflecting your work. So in some companies they say principal engineer, in some companies they say senior engineer. The roles are fine. The work is different. Okay, so you can say Aram say, hey, I was a software development engineer at my company, and my work is related to the data engineering. You don't have to worry about it. Roles are different. Roles are as per the companies. The work is common everywhere. Okay, that's not a problem. Yes, that is never a problem. See, people will have business analysts, they do the data engineering work, right? So it's totally different. People come from non-IT background also, they can able to come apply for the data engineering companies. You can aram say that, hey, my work was related to the data engineering, but my department and the company having assigned me this role, but the role does not reflect my work. Right? No one will also ask you, because even if I go for an interview, my main motto is not your role, whether you are having a knowledge or not. That's the main thing that I look at. I do not look at, hey, this guy worked on SD in the last company and now he is applying for this. No, I do not look like that. I ask him a question. If he's answering properly, that's what that candidate. I want that candidate. I want the candidate who has a good knowledge, who can able to uh, give the answers spontaneously, who can, that only possible when someone is working, when someone is having a good understanding of each and every point in the course. That only possible. Okay, those who are doing the good amount of practice, they can only properly explain in the interviews. Okay, so as attend the live sessions, practice properly, for sure you will get the job. That's the important thing. Roles are not important, company names are not important, salaries are not important. Knowledge is important. How do you, even though you have a knowledge, if you don't have a communication, again a problem. 50% of the knowledge, 50% of the communication will lead you to the job, because interviews are not tricky. Interviews does not, you know, check your knowledge. Interviews does not check your knowledge. Interviews will check you that whether this guy is spontaneously ask or answer anything. That is one thing. Does he have a good communication skills when he is working in the company? Also, will he be able to properly communicate with the clients or for the colleagues? And does he come up with the knowledge or not? So those things they will check, right? It is not within 30 minutes. See, one simple thing is that you will learn this course like 50 plus hours. Okay, 50 plus hours you will learn it, and you do some kind of a practice also, somewhere around 20 to 30 hours you might have done. So total 70 hours you put on this particular course. Let us just say, what is the interview? How much time you have to crack the interview? How much time it is there in the interview for you to showcase your knowledge? Maximum 30 minutes. Tell me, with the knowledge of 70 hours, will you be able to explain, or will you be able to explain everything in 30 minutes, right? 70 hours of the knowledge you have it. You just have to satisfy them for 30 minutes only. Okay, so that is what is interview. So if you are having a good communication, and if you are coming up with the basic knowledge and whatever we are covering, easy to satisfy a person in 30 minutes. Very easy, because we have 70 hours of knowledge. You just have to showcase only 30% of the knowledge. That's it. Okay, so this is a trick that you have to follow. I'll tell you these kind of things in our upcoming sessions. Don't worry about those things. But the answer to your question is roles does not create any problem when you're going for other companies. Yes. Yes, please. Of course, of course. So once you enroll for the course, right? So guys, you will be having an interview section where we have a LinkedIn community, and you have a resume templates here. So you can go for resume templates, and you will have an interview. What you have to tell, introduction and project one and project two, and architecture diagrams are also here, and data engineering theoretical questions. So some of the commonly asked interview questions also here PDF. And so what are the commonly asked questions I have pasted here? You can see, and SQL coding questions, Python coding questions, PySpark coding questions, manager, everything is a full package of the course. Even when if you Mhm, mhm. Yes, yes, here more than 10 plus resumes are there. Sorry. You can do that. Yes, that also, it's something that you will get to know it once you attend the course. What you have to put in your LinkedIn, what you have put it now, Chris, you will get to know once the course is completed. By the time you course is everything, you'll get to know. Yes, yes, sure, sure. Okay, guys, so this is it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the sessions thoroughly and learned something out of these sessions. And if you guys wanted to continue further, I want you guys to complete your enrollments by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, max by Sunday, so that admin will provide you the entire access. Don't delay for the last minute changes. Sir, I wanted to enroll, but sir, it's already time. Sir, can you provide me? Because Monday morning only we have the session, so that's the reason. Please try to complete it by Sunday itself. All the enrollments must be completed today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, so that you will get an access to all the things before the session itself. That's a very good practice that you guys can follow. Okay. Yes. Thank you all. Thanks for joining today, and we will meet in the session. Thank you all. It will be six only, because we are changing a course content like anything. Yes. I'll check with them, because we can extend. You can ask them later also. They'll try to extend, but that's usually, yes, 6 months. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will meet in the next session. I hope. Please complete your sorry. Please complete your enrollments. We will meet you in the sessions. Thank you all. Thank you, guys.